Hi, I'm Alab Rosa. I'm a first-year biology student, and I don't believe in God.
Nash, my religion is Islam.
I am Shana Armenta, and I am an Episcopalian.
What do you believe in?
I don't believe in anything. I'm not part of any organized religion, although I was baptized to be part of the Catholic religion.
I believe in the teachings of our religion, which is Islam, and the oneness of God, and that through believing in Him, you can achieve everything.
Well, mainly I believe in God. I believe in the second coming of Christ. I believe that heaven is not a place, but it's actually now. And I don't believe that hell is a fiery place of eternal damnation.
Do you have any insight on yung history or development of ideas?
Well, actually, if you look at it, it starts out the same way. We believe in prophets, and we believed in actually Adam and Eve, Moses, all those prophets. But we iba lang yung names nila sa holy book namin. Basically, it started out from believing in God and having Adam and Eve start in the garden and them committing the first sin of man. Tapos, throughout history, there was always a time where there were prophets who were born to spread the word. And we also believe in Jesus Christ, but to us, He's a prophet because we do believe in the oneness of God.
Before, we were actually part of the Roman Catholic Church, but during the time of Henry VIII, there was this problem. There was this issue with the authorities, mainly between the Pope and the King and the monarch. So we sort of separated from the Roman Catholic Church. Mainly, we have the same doctrine as the Roman Catholic Church, but there are some slight differences. Like, we don't worship saints. That's one, and we just acknowledge Jesus and we just acknowledge God Himself.
I grew up in a non-practicing family. Like, my mother is Aglipay, so it's not really Catholic, and then my father's side is Catholic. But since we were non-practicing, I didn't grow up in a culture where I had to believe in God and I had to go to church and do any other traditional things. So I guess with that environment, I just developed my own sense of understanding that there is no God, or I don't have the need to believe in anything.
What are your doctrines and major tenets, if any?
As I said earlier, we have the same as the Roman Catholic Church. So it's really the same. So our beliefs are the same. We have the same baptismal rites. We have the same Mass proper. There's not much difference.
From what I know, and I hope I'm not wrong, kasi yung major teachings nung religion namin is believing in God, that there's only one God, believing that Muhammad is His prophet and His last messenger, believing in universal brotherhood, peace, and abstaining from spreading violence in any way. If may time that you are afflicted with obstacles, all you have to do is ask for guidance.
I guess to live your life, to do good and to help others as much as possible. You know, don't do bad things unto others. Wow. But yeah, like, I'm not following any doctrines, but basically being a logical good person is something I would say I believe in.
Sa inyo ba, meron ba kayong concept of sin and salvation?
Yes, I think sa any good or any religion, dapat meron mong madidiscuss yung concept of sinning. Kasi sa amin, you sin because you're human. You were never made perfect. And the reason why you must repent is for you to achieve salvation. that's also the reason why we pray 5 times a day, so that in that day we may ask for forgiveness, for guidance, and be thankful for what we have and the blessings that we achieve. Tapos, there are times na actually, eto, and I think this is maganda siyang teaching na may mga sins ka na nakocommit sa ibang tao na you can't ask forgiveness from God. You have to ask them from the people you commit sins to.
The main concept of sin, so on my perspective, is the sin comes from the original sin, which is from when Eve ate the forbidden fruit, and then so that from there then sprouted the different actions that led man to be distant from God. So my perspective on sin is that when you do something that doesn't please God and that leads you further away from His grace. Salvation is when, just like before, when Jesus came and he lived as a man, and he actually saved us from our own wrongdoings. Salvation is sacrifice.
I think the concept of sin is basically what's not morally good. If you're harming people, then I guess that's what you could consider a sin. And well, also if you put it into context of what is a bad thing to be done. In terms of salvation, I don't think there's a thing to be saved. There's anything to be saved, because if anything, if you want to make yourself a better person, I don't think there should be someone or something that should save you, and it should be an act of you that comes from yourself.
How about concepts on the afterlife? Sa inyo, what happens?
Okay. Ano kasi yan? Medyo, hindi ako ganun ka-well-versed yan, pero from what I know, is you were born in the world, you were created in this world because you have to praise the God, the Almighty. Actually, they say, it's kind of, siguro magiging iba yung tingin ng mga tao when I say this, pero they say that the world is a prison for the believers. And the way for you to get out of that prison is for you to pray, for you to repent. So, the afterlife is, there's the hell and there's heaven. In our belief, there's 7 layers of heaven. And those layers are, nagdedepend yun sa kung gaano ka naging religious as a person. So, yung mga first level, nandun yung mga naniniwala. Second level, yung mas, yung parang tumataas yung level kung nasaan ka, kung gaano mo pinractice yung faith mo sa world. So, walang concept of, sa amin walang concept of resurrection and babalik ka in a world na reborn. Talagang, when you die, you either go to hell or you go to heaven. But there will always be judgment day.
I believe that heaven is not a place, heaven is now. So we are currently living in a place where God constantly blesses us, even if we experience a little problem or something that doesn't actually go our way. It's fine, because even if that happens, God is still there to guide us. Now the afterlife is when you die, you get the chance to live again with your Creator, with Jesus. You get to live in peace. You get to live in contentment, and you just get to live with your original Father.
Kasi wag namatay ka. As a biology student, I feel like that's the end of life as you know it. So I don't believe that your spirit or whatever goes somewhere else, because your consciousness would be gone. So I think that thought is also something that should keep people doing the most they can in their life. You know, it's not something to look forward to, death, but it's something to know that it's an end.
If you had to explain to someone what's the main difference between your religion and Buddhism, what would you say?
I think I just noticed the difference that we have from the Roman Catholic Church when it comes to our doctrines is that I noticed that in the Roman Catholic Church, they have confessionals, and they have to confess their sins and their wrongdoings to the priest who is in the confessional box. In our church, I don't think we practice it. If we want to confess something, we do it not behind a box. We do it wholeheartedly. We do it in a really brave manner because we're talking to someone. We're trusting this someone, this priest, to not say anything and to not tell anybody that it's actually us.
So tingin ko yung major similarities is yung, well, sa every religion, yung paniniwala na merong higher being na nag-create sa atin. Kasi there are people who don't believe in that. People who only believe in science, or people who only believe in whatever phenomenon, kung paano tayo na-create. And another similarity, since yun nga yung nasabi ko na yung mga context na nasa Bible, there are some na meron din na nandun sa Quran. Kumbaga may nadadagdagan na nababawasan lang yung mga information. Nag-iiba yung details depending on what is written here and what is written here. Siguro yung major difference is that some religion, they believe in more gods. That's, bahala na sila doon. That's their, kung ano yung pinaniniwalaan nila, I respect that. Pero sa amin kasi, we've always been taught na there's only one God. Yeah.
I guess, well, in practice-wise, I don't have anything, I don't have a church, I don't have things to follow. And well, belief-wise, I guess it's similar in ways that we have to do good things to become a good person, and that although you do bad things, you can still make up for it. I think that's what's similar to most religions, because that's how people look at life.
What's the main hierarchical structure of the church?
Of our church? So, in the Roman Catholic Church, we have the Pope as the head. Us, we have the Prime Bishop. We have the Bishop of Canterbury. That's the. So, if the Roman Catholic Church has the Pope, we have the Bishop of Canterbury. So he's back in London. But for each diocese, for each church in the different countries, like for us in the Philippines, so we have the Prime Bishop. That's like, he's the one who heads the other dioceses in the Philippines, and he's the one who reports back.
I don't think there's a hierarchy, because being an atheist or someone who doesn't believe in God in general is just a choice of my own. So if someone chooses that, then that's for themselves. Then it's not really something that has to have a hierarchy.
Hindi naman siya masasabing parang sino yung mas meron. Parang yung hierarchy, sino yung mas may alam, di ba? Parang ganon. So siguro yung may may alam is yung mga imam, yung mga sheikh, yung mga katulad ni Mufti Menk, if you've heard of him. He's someone who, yung mga kumbaga Quran scholars, people who've read the Quran, studied the Quran, understood the Quran, and pinapalaganap nila yung understanding nila. Pero hindi sila yung sense na pag may inutos sila, susundin naming lahat. Kasi ang laging tinuturo sa amin is follow the holy book, not the people telling you how the book works. Kaya nga dapat you should read it, understand it, learn it, para you know what to do. You don't have to ask other people.
What is quotation mark truth?
The truth. Well, also as a person, I believe that truth should be something that's fact-based, something that's objective, but also something that is put into context. Like if historically something is bad, then for the longest time something is wrong, then that is what's something that's true about it.
Sa amin, truth in our religion is it has only one form. Truth lang siya. There's no such thing as white lies. It's either you're telling the truth or you're telling a lie. Kasi parang pag tinweak mo kasi kahit konti lang yung isang bagay, then it doesn't become truth. Hindi siya totoo. Kasi binago mo siya. Kaya isa yun sa major major iniiwasan kasi nagiging sin din yun eh. Yung pag you're saying something that's wrong, you're false teaching, nagiging sin mo yun kasi yung taong maniniwala sa'yo, pwedeng ganun din yung gawin. So kaya yun talaga, like, ina-emphasize na dapat you understand well what your religion teaches you.
What is good doesn't necessarily mean what is the truth.
Yes.
So parang what does religion say about that?
As all good churches are, as all churches are based on, they are all based on integrity. When you say what does it say about the truth or what does it say about the good, I think it's more on the conscience of the person. Like it's because we are all individual, we are all diverse. Yes, we are part of one congregation, but it doesn't mean that even if you're part of this congregation, is that you really do what you're told, or you really live the principles that the church teaches. So it's mainly on what you think is right, not just for you, but for other people as well. Like you say something good, or you actually tell the truth, just as long as you don't hurt anybody, just as long as you don't step on anybody's morals, step on anybody's rights, as long as in your heart, in your mind, you know that saying this truth, doing this good, pleases God as well.
How about naman yung good?
Well, for being good, it's more of, well, again, it's like putting things into context. That you do something and it's beneficial for others and it's beneficial for yourself, then something it can be good. Then, but also if it's in the context of like a bigger thing that, let's say like, for example, you're someone who does good things for individual people, then that's good.
What is good, I think, is what is good in our religion is doing the 5 pillars of Islam. That's zakat, salah, hajj, and doing good is yung bukal sa puso mo yung ginagawa mo, not just because it's required. So parang what is good is doing the right thing based on what you were taught.
Last question.
Okay.
Can you give us more on a brief insight on your journey as an individual in that particular faith of yours?
Okay. Living in a Christian family where faith is really, our faith is strong. It's how we were brought up to be. We should be close to God. So for me, 18 years of existence, I've been going to church with my family. I've been doing youth work with the other people from the congregation as well. First off, I didn't really get the chance to live with my biological father. I barely know him. But even if that's the case, I harbor no ill will for him, because I know I was taught that forgiveness is key to inner peace, and that you should just let the Lord take hold of your life. But at the same time, you should also do something for yourself. Diba? Sabi nila, nasa Diyos ang awa, pero nasa tao ang gawa. Even if it makes me a bit lonely, even if it makes me a bit feel bad that I don't get to be with my real dad, still, the Lord blessed me with a stepdad. He was able to give me this sense of paternity na I was still able to experience having a father. So that's all thanks to God. So because of that, I don't know, my faith just seems stronger, because I know that no matter what I do, no matter what I experience, God will still be there to take care of me. And it doesn't just go for myself, it also goes for my family. My grandmother is sick, she's diabetic, but still God takes care of her. She hasn't experienced anything very life-threatening. My mother has a job. The Lord blessed her and my stepdad with my sister. the rest of my family are doing okay. So I think that's enough proof for me that God is still there with me. And so I should remain faithful to Him. I should remain His daughter.
Some people might say na, siguro kaya ka lang, sa akin, personally, siguro kaya ka lang Muslim kasi you were born with it. There were times na actually, since I was born and raised here sa QC, and I've studied in schools who practice their religion, mostly Catholic schools. Parang there were times na magiging curious ka kung paano ginagawa yung kung ano yung religion nila, and then magiging curious ka kasi there are points in what they believe na parang parang that's right, or there's some truth in that, or it's true, or ang ganda nung message nila to the youth or to the people. Pero sa tingin ko, I think I found my religion because I studied it. Pumasok ako sa isang Muslim school for the summer, and then mas natutunan ko yung religion ko, and then mas lalo ako na in love sa religion ko. It's how I came to accept na hindi mahirap maging righteous or maging faithful. Yung mga tao lang yung nagpapahirap. Kasi ang dami nagsasabi na mahirap siguro maging Muslim, no? Kasi ang daming bawal sa inyo, bawal ganito, bawal ganyan. Tapos pag iniisip namin, meron ding restrictions yung ibang religion, sadyang yung mga tao lang yung hindi sumusunod. At the end of the day, nasa sa'yo yan kung gusto mong i-follow yung pinaniniwalaan mo. And ako, I strongly believe in my religion because I came to understand it step by step. Hindi ko binigla yung sarili ko na, ay hindi, magiging religious ako kasi ito yung tinuro sa akin ng mga magulang ko. Hindi. It was something na talagang I embraced kasi sabi ko, this is what I believe in. This is what I think is true.
Ano yung experiences mo regarding those? Like, nung paglaki mo, ano experiences mo bilang atheist? Bari napagalitan ka ng teacher mo ba kasi hindi ka marunong mag-pray, ganon?
Yes, that was a journey, wasn't it? Growing up, I don't think I ever labeled myself as a non-believer because I was baptized as a Catholic, as I've mentioned before. But since we were non-practicing and it was never nurtured in me that I should practice any really kinds of religion, then it just manifested in myself that I didn't have the need to do these things. And like when I see my friends or other people find the need to do these things, well, it's also like the teachings of my mother to just respect them and to not really bother into those kinds of traditions or practices. As a person who, I don't really feel like it's something that I feel left out of. It's just that it's something that I don't want to be a part of. Yeah.
Thanks.
Yay! Kung may gusto kang ulitin, go lang. I'm so sorry, kuya. Sino mag-ayos ito?